How to stay warm while camping in cold weather. For many people, the best time to go to camping is in the winter. Everyone enjoys a good campfire, making winters much more fun than the summers. Nothing beats a relaxing hot tub soak or sitting near a fireplace with a hot drink and a warm blanket. But none of it is fun when it is 100 degrees. Likewise, frigid weather can also put a wrench in your plan. However, cold is much easier to deal than heat. Let's look at some of the ways to stay warm while camping in cold weather. So without cooling your hot tub and warm blanket, let's start. First is wear warm clothes in layers. Layers can help you stay warm whether you are outdoors or indoors. Generally, if you are outdoors, you want to avoid cotton because it loses its heat retention properties when it gets wet. Wool, however, is the opposite. It doesn't lose its heat retention properties. A simple layered structure can look like this. Warm thermal underwear first, then your regular clothes, then a wool base layer. You can go for a sweater, pullover or fleece here, followed by a jacket over everything. You can add or remove layers based on the weather. That is the beauty of this setup. In case temperature drops, you can easily add another layer and remove some layers if you are in a warm place. Okay, now discuss the ways you can keep your tent warm. Well, there can be different techniques to keep your tent warm, but it starts with buying a tent for cold temperatures in the first place. Other ways to keep your tent warm are warm sleeping bags. Sleeping bags from some brands claim to suit 0 degrees Celsius. Check the rating of these sleeping bags before buying. Generally, they are labeled whether they will work for 0 degrees, 20 degrees or 50 degrees Celsius. If you lack many options, invest in getting a low temperature bag. Nights are generally colder. They are even more so without wood or concrete indoors. King size blanket, quilt or duvet. You can also carry a king size blanket. You can put it across the bottom, put a sleeping bag on top of it and cover your sleeping bag with a blanket. So now you have a low degree sleeping bag layered with a blanket. Third is portable heaters. Two types of portable heaters do the job well. Electric and propane. If you have a sufficient power supply, an electric heater is a better option. It is inexpensive in comparison. Additionally, it has fewer issues than propane gas heater. On the other hand, a propane gas heater is a portable heater in truest sense. You can carry as much fuel as you want and you can use it anywhere. However, propane gas burns with oxygen. Thus, if you use propane heaters inside a tent, you will have to keep a small slit open in your tent. Otherwise, you will feel suffocated. In either case, keep the heater away from clothing, tent walls and blanket. Fourth is electric heating pads and electric blankets. Electric heating pads are localized, while electric blankets can cover you entirely. They are good as add-ons if you are going to a frigid place. However, make sure to not overuse them. If you go out in cold when your body is warm, you can fall sick due to temperature difference. So use them wisely. Now third way is accessories for extremities. Extremities like ears, neck, hands and feet get cold faster. If they are not covered properly, you can fall sick pretty quickly. Accessories for extremities include basic things like caps, gloves, scarves and socks. They help in keeping your extremities hot and prevent body heat loss. In addition to these, you can also use heating patches for your extremities. Now the fourth way is heating patches. Heating patches are another localized items that you can use for extremities. They are generally small and inexpensive and give enough heat to keep a particular body part warm for hours. However, be careful when you use them. These patches can get extremely hot. It is better not to use them directly on the skin. Have a layer of cloth between patches and your skin. Now the fifth way is to drink something hot. Having a hot drink before going to bed helps you stay warm and have a comfortable sleep. Having a nice hot chocolate, soup or broth gives you energy and your body stays warm. Additionally, to avoid getting up from the bed in the middle of the night and losing the heat, go to the toilet before sleeping. Now sixth is having the right sleeping gear. So after you finish wearing good woolen clothes and having a hot drink, next is to have a warm set of blankets, quilts, throw blankets, etc. Throw blankets only help up to 5 degrees Celsius. So only use them after checking the temperature of the place you are camping. If you choose to camp in the mountains, go for a good sleeping bag. They are better at handling lower temperatures. Some people are claustrophobic and they cannot stand the constriction while sleeping. Sleeping bags may not be their first preference in that case. They can choose to go for some good quilts and a sleeping pad instead. However, make sure that your sleeping pads and sleeping bags have appropriate temperature rating to keep you warm. Seventh is position your tent to minimize wind and chill. Depending on the area you are camping in, choose the location of your tent. If you are camping on a beach or next to a lake, it will not be the warmest place with a massive body of water right next to you. Also, if you are in a grassland, then there will be winds. that can also affect the temperature. So check areas away from the seashores or the windy places and decide your tent location. Generally, sheltered positions are always better as you are not directly exposed. If your camp is next to the water bodies, you will also have to deal with bugs. Additionally, never pitch your tent at the bottom of the valley because the cold air settles down at these places. Now, 8th is exercise to stay warm. If you exercise before going to sleep, it keeps your body warm, but you don't have to go out. You can do some exercises in the comfort of your tent itself. For example, you can jog on the spot, do some squats or sit-ups, or you can do some stretching and yoga. This will improve the blood flow. With your muscles working, your body will generate heat and that will stay with you when you will go to sleep. However, make sure you don't exercise so much that you start sweating because sweat will make you wet and cold, and because of it you may even catch cold. So 9th is a hot water bag or a bottle. You can use hot water bottle or a bag that is generally used for cramps or pain relief to warm your sleeping bag or quilt. If you do not have it, you can make a makeshift hot water bottle by filling hot water in a metal water bottle. However, be careful with it. It gets scalding and any contact with your skin can burn you. Wrapping it with some clothes will solve that issue for you. If you have none of those, you can also use stones near your campfire. They would have absorbed heat, and if you wrap it with a cloth, it will essentially work as a hot water bottle for you. However, once again, be careful when you are handling hot rocks. If you have more ways to stay warm during camping in the cold weather, do let me know in the comments below. Another note will be mentioned for staying warm is eating food items that keep your body warm. However, you will require to keep them fresh and cold. You can check out this video to learn more about keeping your food cold while camping. That's about it. Vineet out.